Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of the Skylanders Franchise Ignitor SoloRun. I have no idea what throwing that bomb towards the gate was going to accomplish, but regardless, you can't really tell so already, but this is all being post-commentated because some idiot did a terrible job of organising all of the audio files for the start of this here episode, so I lost the live commentary that went alongside it, but luckily for me, this was only for the first half of the episode. After we beat, of course, the Crawling Catacombs here, I wound up ending the recording, and so because the next recording was a fresh slate, I have the live commentary for the rest of the episode after that marker. But what matters is that despite not having the live commentary, I still have all of the gameplay audio, so that in and of itself is glorious. What's not so glorious on the other hand is the fact that now in the gameplay I've approached the portion of the level which is just completely darkened, and I hate the darkened portions in this game. Like, seriously, what was wrong with vision? Why do the developers of this game hate vision so much? I personally quite like having vision, but luckily for me, fire does get a buff right here, and that's exactly what Igniter's element is. So he is, you know, in his element, he's fighting fire with fire. So we're going to strike straight through that, little spider pod type thing, and also that goo doesn't stand a chance against us. So there's the first key that we need, but believe me, this is not going to be the last time we see this area before you after I conduct my awesome combo that I earned after having, in the previous episode, finally got Ignitor to the max. Now here we go with the combinations. Either way, it seems as though the live commentary isn't the only thing that I seem to have lost or corrupted, however you want to put it, because the gameplay seems to, corrupt and freeze at moments, but it will still suffice. It's better than recording with a phone for my sakes, or at least in my defense. Anyway, this portion of the level, really fun, because what I get to do is I get to take a bomb, and I just throw it in the corner and destroy everything in my wake. That is just so satisfying. What's not so satisfying is the junky hitboxes right there. Igniter just really didn't want to hit the enemy, apparently. Either way, there's the secondary key that we need right next to this candle over here. They seem to be everywhere in the underworld. And now, we're going to head back, grab another bomb, because when I said earlier that we're going to be returning to one of those other areas, well, this bomb's going to blow up a wall that's going to give us access to a treasure chest in said area. But yeah, the Crawling Catacombs, definitely a rather interesting level. A lot of people don't like this level, and I can't possibly fathom why. I quite enjoy this level, as hot of a take as that is, but I suppose that's appropriate considering we are playing as Ignitor, the best fire character right now. So yeah, hot stuff is kind of a given, including that of hot takes. Anyway, we're going to be grabbing all this gold right here. Igniter might not need it for upgrades, but in Giants we are going to need it to buy charms and all that stuff. And you can say the same for Swap Force. It's really going to be Trap Team, where I'm going to be acquiring a lot of gold and not have anywhere to use it. Superchargers is at least going to have Ari's shop and then Imaginator as well. And that's going to be an experience and a half, considering that all of the old characters were nerfed in that game, but even then I'm good with Igniter, so he will suffice without a shadow of a doubt, and luckily he should be level 20 by then, all three versions of him, so, if the future of this series is set, I hope, we might not make it past Giants yet, we'll have to wait and see. In fact, we might not even make it past Spyro's Adventure, because the final Chaos boss fight in this game is notoriously hard, even on the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions, where of course Chaos doesn't kill himself halfway through notoriously. Anyway, as you can tell, there are loads of enemies right here, so we're going to bring out our Fire Spirit after the spree of combinations. And there's another combination just for good measure. Man, these guys are everywhere, so there goes our Fire Spirit again. And it returns to us just in time for us to maneuver away from the spiders even. And there we go with even more combos, but I'm going to charge up my slam right here. Boom! 120 damage even to a spider. That audio is slightly out of sync because my gameplay is buffering right now, and it's really hard to make post-commentary based on gameplay when said gameplay is, not really responding with you here. Anyway, there's the skull mask at long last. But hey, it's kind of funny having a skull mask in the land of the undead where they're all skeletons as is, so where's the need for it, am I right? Anyways, just like that, these final cutscenes are playing out, so I'm going to leave you guys with that, and I will see you back here with the live commentary portion towards the end of this episode, and of course that's when we're going to get to tackle the Cadaverous Crypt level that I've very much been looking forward to, and we can start on the Creepy Citadel whilst we're at it. But regardless, I will see you in a moment's time for said live commentary in the second half of this here episode. Man, I'm saying this twice just to put emphasis on the very thing that I'm repeating.
The skull mask of the philosopher King Mortalanus, first lord of the undead.
It's time for us at long last to put all of that technicality behind us, as I have returned to finish off the recording of this here episode a few weeks later, and boy am I pumped to finish this off because it means that I get to tackle the Cadaverous Crypt, one of my favourite levels in this game based on just how well designed it is. I really admire how much thought and effort went into this level, just spacing in particular, being able to take full advantage of looping around, you know, using cannons to explore previously unexplorable areas, you know, having keys to gain access to hidden crypts. It's just rather adventurous and very well designed, to say the absolute minimum, you could go as far to saying. But either way, we definitely had a rather roller coaster of technical difficulties previously, didn't we? Which is why I'm so pumped to not only be tackling Cadaverous Crypt for the rest of this recording a few weeks later, but also for Creepy Citadel. That's truly going to put my skills to the test, since, you know, I have a melee character no less to deal with the undead minions, which, you know, Chop Chop and Ghost Roaster, they are not forgiving towards melee characters, that is for sure. So that's why I'm going to have to take advantage of Igniter's Fire Spirit and his Slam, because his Slam has a lot more range than people give it credit for. Sure, it's not a full-fledged projectile, but it certainly is halfway now. So in other words, you know, my true love for Igniter clearly has not been expressed enough already, so, you know, we're about to see even more of it, and I have no problems with that whatsoever. So here goes for Brew Baby. How cute, I can't wait to slaughter them all. That way we got more creepy cores to deal with, you know, not my favourite most enemies, I must admit. But hey, I will be happily grabbing that goal right there. Boom, be striking it down. Then I can bring out my Fire Spirit, destroy some of these in advance. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's grab all this gold, mind you. I mean, there is Hex's Soul Gem right here that we don't even need to collect, but we're going to collect it anyway, because that's how hitboxes work, apparently. So yeah, since Hex is not ignited the last time I checked, we shall not be previewing her. Either way, let's be flipping for script, and by script I mean the tracks in which this cannon is on. A boom, baby. Now I really wish that firing the cannon backwards would, you know, free up T-Bone so we could tag precious level with us. Like, honestly, I would love to see T-Bone alongside us with this level, considering how charismatic and hilarious he is. You know, I'm sure his jokes against zombies would have really, you know, been quite motivation moving forward. Speaking of motivation, you can't go wrong with that Fire Spirit. Now, Calio gives me hope moving forward against all those undead minions I was alluding to earlier. Anyway, just like that, we have acquired ourselves a story scroll, Life and Undeath. Yeah, the way I said that wasn't spooky or atmospheric at all. No, quite literally, I would have liked it to have been, but it wasn't, so that's what we call unfortunate.
Where is the confusion?
Anyway, let's just, you know, let Eon say what he has to say, and once he's done, which he is, just now he's been done, and now that he's done what it is that he has to say, we can move on now. Yeah, there's no reason for him to continue talking. You know, he said what he's had to say, and he's finished now, to directly reference, of course, Gurgles in, one of the greatest and most relatable NPCs in Skylanders history, because boy, I can certainly relate to a jibber jabber fool. I'm being one right now. Either way, we now have a bone and arrow, no eyes, no problem. That's no problem for them, but for us it's a rather big one. Luckily for us, I have projectile too. Fire Spirit for the win. You know, get a good old slam, take out just about everyone in our vicinity, just like that. Yeah, I'm sure it's convenient that Igniter's damage really does stack up very quickly, isn't it? You know, it's these whole combat scenarios that could be troublesome. A lot less troublesome because most of the enemies that could be dealing damage to us, well, they're killed off before they can even deal any sort of damage to us because we're just so busy killing them off as quickly as that, mind you. Either way, it's time to push these blocks into place without further ado. Boom, baby. I mean, we're gonna pick up that chicken, not that we even need it, as we continue pushing these crates in the wrong direction, apparently. How very foolish of me. So yeah, let's continue pushing this with Igniter's very appropriate looking hat right there. He's got quite the attire going on for him, if I do say so myself. Anyway, recording these all in advance has been quite the experience. You know, I'm recording this on May 13th, but it's going to go live months after that. Either way, for Rue Baby has now became all claw and no bite, as it's now a rhubarb. Yeah, that's not hit like that. That doesn't sound like much fun. However, defeating that guy, that was fun. Anyway, let's be grabbing this gold right here. Mind if we do, it's better than normal. After all, that gold is no doubt gonna come in use later on in Giants, where we need to buy certain power-ups and buffs from Orange. Oh boy, that was some rather interesting physics right there from Ignitor. Anyway, that's just for fun of SoloRun. Boom! Hey, get back here. That's right. We've got him now. We even got a treasure chest to boot. That is, you know, if I can acquire it undistracted by enemies, mind you, which I suppose is a little bit too much to ask for. So I'm sorry for asking for so much, game. My sincerest apologies. It won't happen again until it does happen again. But until that moment, it won't happen again. Anyway, take my fire spirit to face. That's more like it. There goes that guy, and there goes that guy. I didn't even need the combo in the end, it turns out. Boom, boom. Shake that room. Oh man, hitboxes are weird in this game. You know, normally that would hit, but this ain't no normal situation now, is it? Either way, against zombies, they have only two weaknesses, which is rather inconvenient. Well, it would be if it weren't for the fact that one of those weaknesses is fire, and Ignitor has fire literally all over him. He is a living embodiment of fire, so, you know, struggle against the zombies we will not. Even if they go to attack us, then technically speaking they should just die from trying to chomp down on fire, but we still need to attack them just because that's how Skylanders logic works. Anyway, let's be grabbing that gold and then we can push the button. Hopefully, what I really love about the Designers level in particular is not only how it loops around, but the incorporation of the zombies. You know, if you don't have a cannon or a fire starter around, you know, there's always ways to defeat them, like that candle down there. But, you know, never do you have to defeat zombies. It's never a requirement to move forward. So what you could do is you could just, rather than going out of your way to defeat them, just instead avoid them altogether. You know, use your crackerjack dodging skills. Now these guys need to die like that. Nice, boom, baby. I love Ignitor, he is so damn good, so much more better than he needs to be. You know, the developers just clearly knew how much of a powerhouse this game was. You know, and they felt sorry for the enemies, but that didn't stop them from making an absolute beast out of this character regardless. Okay, here we go. Let's be dealing some area damage, or, you know, taking less damage. More specifically, when I said area damage, I meant to do this combo, but unfortunately, you know, my buttons just weren't pressed apparently. If the game said no, and sometimes when the game says no, unfortunately, you just gotta kind of deal with it. Words of mighty tough luck, because as always, there's no such thing as tough luck, only tough work. That's how mispronunciations go. Once a meme is born, what perceived meme just dies on impact. That's how it works. You know, Tough Luck was for pre-Tough Luck meme, which therefore means she's dead. Either way, everything is opened up, so now we can acquire that key and loop back round to that key gate that we couldn't get beforehand. we can also grab all this gold right here, and more importantly, get legendary treasure. Whoa, look at this bad boy over here. It's gold and it's a die. Yeah, you don't get much wrong with that, do you? A golden die. Or a golden randomizer, as the game would put it, regardless. That's 800 gold we're talking about here. 8 solid 100. Anyway, I'm going to charge this up right now. Don't know I'm going to need it. I think it's only just some Rue babies we have to deal with. Oh, no, more than that. We had a spoke one too, but you know, it's not going to last much longer. Holy so. So now let's charge it up. Oh, look at that. Burning arrows. I almost feel sorry for what I'm about to do to them. Not really. Ooh, food. Don't mind if we do, as we crush these guys right here. Oh mate, they have the easiest patterns to dodge, so you can't go wrong really. Oh, I thought there was going to be an enemy there, but I thought wrong now, didn't I? Thinking correctly was just too much to ask for, apparently. Oh, watch out for the arrows. I can't say how easy they are to dodge and then proceed to fail at dodging them. That would just be tragic, is what that would be. Anyway, there's plenty of stuff to gather from around here. You know, you can gather even. I was about to say grab there, which makes far less grammatical sense. But you know what? Speaking correctly is overrated. What isn't so overrated, however, is a silver. Oh yeah. Anyway, let us be flicking this all the way around, pushing it back, right you? Back and forth this cannon shall go, so that then we can not open the gate. No. We're gonna blow up the gate in the good old Snyder tone of voice, because that's what makes this character as glorious as he is. His tone of voice and how he delivers his dialogue. It's just delivered with such prowess and honor and nobleness. Everything you'd expect from a knight, even. Either way else, definitely on a bit of a stutter train right now. Choo choo for stutter train is leaving the station. I will not apologise for my cringe. My cringe is unique to me, and I will take ownage of it. Anyway, apparently there's no enemies for me to, you know, bring my wrath upon. It's quite unfortunate, actually. I would have loved to absolutely destroy some enemies with that slam right now. But unfortunately, I was just asking for a little too much, apparently. So yeah, let's flip this around and bring that out. And then, you know, normally we could use a cannon to deal with these guys, but luckily for us, Igniter is a living embodiment of fire, so dealing with these guys with fire will be no problem for us whatsoever, although we did get hit, which was quite unfortunate, and man, that was a lot of damage. But hey, that, my friends, is what we have food for, and candles! Ooh! I think this is the only point in the game where you have to defeat the zombies, but you are given candles to deal with them, so you know, they're not exactly the hardest most things to deal with. Now that fire has been provided for you, boom, take out that fool right there. And grab all this gold too while we're at it. And man, this level really lives up. It's so good still, even to this day, especially in terms of design. Like, this is an absolute marvel, so definitely, you know, reward yourselves with. It's an achievement making a level as complicated and well designed as this, and the Skylanders game of all things. You know, you wouldn't expect level design of this caliber in the Skylanders game, and yet we received it anyway because the developers in Skylanders were talented and awesome, you know? Boom! That took them out. Oh wait, those guys need to go down now. Luckily that's what I have my fire spirit for. Now let's slash that guy before he slashes us. I much like that plan, I do. So with that, the secondary undead level is just about dealt with. We're going to have cutscenes and all to boot, and then we get to tackle what is about to be the bane of my existence for Creepy Citadel. Wish me luck, guys, cause I'm gonna need it. It's gonna be fun regardless, though. It's a fun level, to be saying the least. I mean, more could be said, it's just not, which is why the least is being said all the same. Well, that's not freaky at all. I'm not freaked out by this. This is like the anti-freaky image for me, you know. I'm used to seeing this on a day-to-day basis, so T-Bone, he can't freak me out at all. Yeah, can't you tell from my tone of voice just how unfreaked out I am by this unfreakiness? That's totally not freaking me out in the slightest, because it's just that unfreaky, mind you. Anyway, we got the usual objectives, you know, the usual collectibles with the exception of the soul gem that I don't normally acquire, but hex, you know, so it's just, don't get in my way, I don't know what else you could have wanted from me. That was near impossible to avoid right there, is what that was.
What's your head doing attached
You know, you
to
just
that
don't go
key?
around avoiding hex soul gems apparently. But anyway, now with a skeleton key, we can finally gain access to the Creepy Citadel where the undead eternal source can be found. The third to last eternal source is right within our grasp, that is if we don't lose one of the maddest lives right there. Yeah, don't get attached to seeing all the 3 lives in that top right there with the black box and the lives remaining, because believe me, I am no doubt about to lose one of them. Oh wait, we will find out as we take on the Creepy Citadel, mind you. I mean, we're most likely not going to complete the entirety of this level in this episode. It's a long level and this episode is already starting to come to an end, but we can definitely get a decent chunk of the level completed towards the tail end of this episode right here. I like that plan. Anyway, this level has a rather sneaky treasure chest I can't wait to share with you guys. A treasure chest which took me far too long than I'm willing to admit to find. It's one of those that I found by accident. After looking purposefully and with intent for years, I found it one day by total accident.
First you enter the castle through the main gate, then...
Either way, there's a little skip you can do from that lock puzzle if you're a water Skylander, but unfortunately Ignitor is the literal opposite of that, so you're not going to be able to take advantage of said shortcuts. But again, it's just small little elemental areas in this game to take advantage of that truly just make every single element included and important to the overall story right here. You know, there's the Goo Factory previously that we managed to take a shortcut with Ignitor because of the lava path, but this level the shortcut's only accessible to water cactus with a whirlpool.
Skylanders of the water element are
You
stronger
know, Perilous Pastures outside of a life gate has a life bridge that you can take advantage of to not only take a shortcut but also acquire a legendary treasure. You know, it's amazing the advantage that this game takes when it comes to its elemental usage. Other Skylanders games don't come close to how well the elements are incorporated into their stories, mind you. So much so that I even stuttered whilst talking about this game's raw awesomeness. Anyway, we have Skylanders Battle Cries right here, a tournament of the ages, I'm sure. Anyway. Boom! I love how quick that charges up, it's so broken, I love it. And just like that, that guy's dead. Like brown bread. Yeah, I don't think he was living that one down. Ignitor's just too powerful, I tell ye. So now we're going to reflect this laser all the way around. Yeah, the laser animations are really odd in this game. But you know, it's one of those things which in terms of the finer details in life, they certainly refine in later games. This was a rather experimental Skylanders title. It took them 3 years to develop this one rather than the usual 2-year development cycle from other Skylanders games, purely because they were experimenting with this game even, and certain things that they tried just simply did not work, so they had to be scrapped, and all of that wasted time just resulted in, you know, more time going to development. Anyway, is this going to flip around or what? There you go. Take out some of these fools right here. Just like that. Or maybe not, apparently. Okay, there you go, that's more like it. Anyway, let's grab his chicken right here. Can't go much wrong with that as I teleport all over here.
You need an air Skylander to unlock this gate.
Okay, we've got to push that, so then we can push this into place back here. Boom, boom, and shake that wheel right there. Okay, now let's flick this around to where it needs to be, and then the puzzle will be completed easy as that. I mean, I could say easy as pie, but that and pie are basically the same thing, so why pick one over the other? Am I right? There's nothing I like more than that pie. That pie is my favourite pie. I accidentally pressed the trigger right there, and that activated Ignitor's fire spirit. Oopsie. Anyway, speaking of things that I did by accident, one day when I was firing off against those enemies, I accidentally came down here to try and avoid some of their fire, and discovered this teleporter pad. where you can find the location of one of the hardest collectibles within the entirety of the franchise. Man, this took me ages to discover. You know, the hardest collectibles are always discovered by sheer and utter accident. You know, there's no way anyone intentionally went back there looking for a treasure chest. You know, anyone who discovered that, like yours truly, discovered it by accident or with a guide. I mean, granted, when this game first came out, things like YouTube were still relatively new. It was, you know, not as easy to find online guides as it was for the latest Skylanders games, but they certainly existed, all the same. Nah, that guy's dead. Abuya. Those guys too, even though they seemed a little inanimate, so the argument is, were they even alive to begin with? Anyway, we now have everybody's favourite lock puzzles to begin with. Yay! I am so enthused about how exciting this section is going to be, with all of the puzzle solving and the slow pace that's needed to really put a kick in my day and really excite me for the episode of Ignitor Franchise SoloRun to come. I just can't wait to play more of these unparalleled puzzles that provide me with just such fun and happiness. Without a hint of sarcasm or show of doubt, despite the fact that that was my sarcasm at its sharpest and physical torso already. Like, yeah, you don't get much more sarcastic than that now, do you? Either way, it's time we about finish this up, wouldn't you say? I mean, I would say so. I've had enough of how slow this was. Perfection aside, you know, I'm glad the thing was perfect, but you know what I would have been even more glad about? Not having to do it at all in the first place. You know, not bringing the pacing of this game even to an absolute drag. That is what I would have found the most glorious thing of all. The best lock puzzle is no lock puzzle at all. I should probably stop getting hit by these enemies now. Anyway, that water shortcut, there's a whirlpool outside the lock puzzle, and that whirlpool brings you right over here, where apparently I need food, but there is none provided. It's quite unfortunate, actually. Like, jeez, is food really too much to ask for here, game? Really? Apparently, yes it is. Normally there's pies around here, but I haven't beat the Crawling Crypt yet, so there's no pies for me to take advantage of, and it's a big sad, really. Oh, but luckily there's food right there, so we'll take it. Okay, you got the combos for the win right there. Oh, and some food too. That brings us back up to full health as we bring out a combo and then slam down on this guy that shot. Boom, baby. Yeah, that's what we like to see. I also quite like to see this gold right here. This gold, it is the pinnacle of gloriness, which means you can't go much wrong with it, really. Yeah, let's grab that. Let's destroy this fellow over here who looked at me funny, and I did not appreciate it. Anyway, I'm going to save that food for later, actually, in case I get hit in the upcoming combat scenario. A bit like that. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage right now. I should probably do much less of that. So luckily for me, I left this food behind. I can heal myself up a good bit. A whole lot of good, a little bit of thinking did me right there, to say the least. Anyway, now that I've acquired this gold, I think this is a perfect place to end off the episode with. It has been a glorious one at that, and I'm looking forward to seeing the outcomes of the upcoming conflict. And you guys will get to see said result next Thursday. But until that moment arises, thank you so much as always for watching. Peace out, everyone.